So when Georgia makes it not only more difficult to vote, but specifically targets things like people who hand out water to those waiting hours in the scalding sun to vote, making that illegal, it's hard to defend that. But Fox and Friends is going to try. Let's take a look.
The water argument is what cracks me up, though, because what line have you ever stood in? If you go to Yankee Stadium and you stand in line to get a ticket, do they serve you water? Do you care?
Just hot towels. That's all I get.
I have been voting for over 40 years.
I've never had water.
And I have never thought to myself, okay, I'm going to go vote today. Will they have snacks?
Right, absolutely.
I'm not worried about
exactly.
Snacks.
I know.
No water.
Well, they certainly made it condescending, Charles. So the people who might have to wait 2 hours or 4 hours or 6 hours or 10 hours, as we have seen in multiple elections, and they're in that position by design. The polls have been taken out of areas to create long lines. Now, for people who are in incredibly hot conditions, they're just complaining because they want hot towels and they want snacks, Charles. What do you think?
I think that this is exactly the problem when you don't have proper contextual framing around narratives. I think that this is where media becomes dangerous. And I think that for as upsetting and condescending as this is very, very, very problematic and very troubling because people take these sort of half-baked narratives and they run with them. I live in New York. I've been to Shea Stadium, I've been to Yankee Stadium. Never have I waited in line in Shea Stadium to go into and get a ticket, as the anchor said, for hours. That hasn't happened, right? So by way of an analogy, that's just poor logic. Let's just start there. Like that's just a bad analogy to start with, to say, yeah, if I go to a baseball game, I don't get the water while I'm waiting. First of all, you don't wait hours to get into the stadium. And secondly, if you wanted water when you got inside, you could get water. It wouldn't be a problem.
There's probably people selling water nearby.
And there's probably people selling water. And let's be clear, because I live in New York, I can talk about this. If you're outside Shea Stadium or Yankee Stadium, best believe there are young people who are out there with the entrepreneurial spirit on, selling water out of coolers to people who are in line, or people who are just walking up because they know that it's hot. Right? Like, and that's not illegal. So terrible.
Can I throw in? You're 100% right, but I just want to throw in one additional thing because for all the reasons that you're laying out and will lay out, it's a bad argument, but it's also a bad argument for something that's not happening. Right. Doing all of this to say they expect water, they expect snacks is a bad argument to defend, like if the bill had taken away government funding for snacks and water. That's not what's happening here. They banned it. They made it illegal to give people water.
Or if the bill somehow mandated snacks and water be present.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, no, they never. Why aren't they making the case for why you should go to jail if you give someone a water bottle or a hot towel or snacks? They're not engaging with that very much, Charles.
I'm going to say something that people may find to be offensive, but it is what it is, John. These were three white people who were essentially laughing at the notion that Black people in the South, in rural places, who may have been caused to wait in line, were thirsty for water and couldn't get, and now they can't get it. And it's almost like boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. You have three white people who are on this panel. And this is a law that was passed in Georgia. We know that Georgia gets hot. From a cognitive place, it obviously evokes a lot of imagery that is reminiscent of civil rights, reminiscent of what we have seen for the struggle for equality on behalf of Black Americans. And for them to take such a cavalier approach to this is only demonstrative of their extreme level of privilege and aloofness.
Yeah.
And that's just, and that's just what it is, right? Like, I'm not, and these are one of these conversations that we have to be honest about, the racial component that is involved here and the underpinnings of privilege that these people talk from with respect to their positioning in order to call a spade around what we're seeing in the media.
Sure.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.